Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has had a great week. I wanted to shoot this video. I mentioned in my last video that there was a book that I've been after for a long time, one of my grails, and I just was able to pick it up this week. I got a great deal on it, and I've been after this book for a long time. Silver Surfer #4 from, I think it's from 1968, 1969, right around that time frame. I think this is a Buscema cover. It's kind of a classic cover. You've seen homages to this cover. You know, there's been a lot of cover swipes of this cover, so it is definitely an original. Very hard to find in high grade. This book, you know, if you're looking at CGC grading on this book, anything above a 7.0, this book's easily over $1,000 if it's a 7.0 or higher. 9.0 and higher, you know, forget about it. It's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 easy. I think I saw a 9.4 the other day that was around, they were asking $6 or $7 grand for this book, which is, you know, it's obviously very, very expensive. Most people, you know, would not spend that kind of money on a comic book. I got this book for $310, and I'm going to go over, you know, why it was cheaper. I mean, there's a reason it was $310 to some degree, but I still think I got a great deal. In my opinion, this is a $600 to $700 book. I just got an awesome deal on it. There wasn't hardly anybody bidding on it. It was a late bidding auction, so that's one of the advantages sometimes of somebody who puts an auction on. This guy I bought it from. I bought my Silver Surfer #1, so I'm familiar with the seller. His product is always as is stated. His pictures of the comic are always very good quality pictures, so you can see every little nook and cranny of the book, every little flaw. And this one doesn't have too many flaws, and I'll kind of show you up close here a little bit. So this one, the reason it's a little cheaper, if this was completely unrestored, this book would be $2,500 or more, probably $3 grand. The restoration on this book is and when I say slight, I mean I don't even know why they did it. It's a tad bit of red on his cape right there, and you can see on the other side, you can see where it just slightly bled through. I don't even know why they did it. It was such a slight color restoration. It did need to be done. It definitely. The front cover of this thing is just amazing. I mean, the colors on this this thing looks brand new. The edges on this thing, the spine, you can see the spine is pretty flat and very squared off, which you don't see very often in these early Silver Surfer books. My other two Silver Surfer books do not have a square binding. They have a little bit of roll to them, and they roll towards the cover. This one has a slight roll to the back of the cover. There's a tiny little tear on the back cover, not very noticeable, doesn't really detract from the book at all. I care about the front cover of the book, and the front cover of this book is unbelievable. I mean, look up close. No spine ticks. Look at the edges of this book. No chipping on a dark black cover, right? No chipping. Look at the edge. Look at the edge of that book. I know I'm being a little detailed here, but I'm pretty anal when it comes to comic book condition. Obviously, there's some writing on the surfboard there. I don't know what these numbers, 1117 and 14-9, I have no idea what that means, but somebody wrote on there with some pen. But, I mean, just there's no chipping on this thing. Look at another sharp edge. The bottom is perfect. Another almost perfect, I mean, basically perfect edges. And no spine ticks on this thing. No creases on the cover at all. I mean, this thing easily, just by looking at it, you know, any dealer or anybody that would look at this would go, absolutely beautiful book. I mean, this definitely looks like a 9.0, 9.2, maybe higher. So if this thing was unrestored, I'm telling you, this would grade at a 9.2 to 9.4 easily, in my opinion, because there's really not much wrong with it, other than that tiny little tear on the back cover of the book. And it's just off the spine. It's just a tiny, not even a ½ inch. So that's the book I've been after for a long, long time. just a classic cover. I'm very proud to own this in my collection. So I've got issue number 1 of Silver Surfer, which is also slightly restored. That one has a little bit of color touch and a little bit of glue on the binding. This one only has slight color touch restoration to it. I have number 3, which has number 3, which is in really good grade, and it's completely unrestored. I would say the number 3 I have is like a 7.75, right around that grade. Still pretty high grade. But yeah, I'm very, very proud to have. This looks, of the 3 early Silver Surfer books I have, 1, 3, and 4, this one looks the best, condition-wise. No doubt about it. It looks absolutely beautiful. And my number 1 looks pretty good. But this one, just because of the binding being so square, it just makes the book looks that much better. So I know I spent a few minutes there talking about this book, but I love it. I mean, this is just one that I've eyed and been kind of longing for a long time. And if you're patient and you look for the right deals on eBay, you can find some fantastic deals. And this dealer is just very, very reputable, very, very good. He tells you everything about the book, gives you detailed scans. I mean, if you want even more detailed scans, he'll email you just about every inch of the book if you want it that way. But I trust him. He's been very, very good in the past, and I'm very, very happy with this book. I mean, $310 for, just an old, fantastic book that always is going to be in demand, always is going to be valuable, whether it's restored or not. Everyone's going to still want this book. And, my comment about variants, too, is, people are spending $500-$600 for a variant. That Spider-Gwen variant cover comes to mind, right? That's a $600 book. And it's selling consistently around $600 in raw condition. And I don't know. I mean, I would much rather own 2 of these than one of those variant covers that, I don't think anyone's going to care about it that much. I mean, maybe 10 years from now, it'll still have some value to it, but this thing should be worth way more. It's a way older book, harder to find in good condition. And also the story behind this book, by the way. I've talked to several dealers that have confirmed this. This is in a lot shorter print run than the rest of the Silver Surfer run, because there was a shipment that was being shipped out to the west coast of California, and I guess the truck was damaged, and about 25% of this print run was damaged completely. This semi truck wrecked or something, and it damaged all the books. So there is a shorter print run of this book because of that. And that's the story I've heard from several dealers. I believe it to be true. I don't have any reason not to believe that. So it does seem like this is a lot harder book to get. And there's no first appearance in here. It's just the first fight scene between Silver Surfer and Thor. Other than that, there's no first appearance of any character in this. It's just a very, very classic cover and just a book that's in very, very high demand. So I'm glad to have that in the old collection. Wanted to show just a couple other books I picked up. Superman Family, number 218. This is the first appearance of Hecate. What's her name? Hecate. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hecate. That is the goddess of hell who was in the Witching Hour. That was the villain in Witching Hour in the Wonder Woman series here recently and the Dark Justice League. That's her first appearance. She's on the cover, and that's her first appearance in the book. And I got 2 copies of this. They're both in really high grade. I mean, I would put these at 9.4, 9.6 easily. One of them might be a 9.8. They're both in just absolute beautiful shape. No creases, no spine ticks, sharp edges. I'm amazed that they're in this good condition. I got them for like $25 a piece. So $50 for these 2 copies of a first appearance of a character that you never know. That character could be developed more, could be more of a major villain in the Wonder Woman series. Her character was pretty cool in the Witching Hour series. So I think it's worth getting. If you can find these out in the wild for cheap, I would buy them. It's a 1982 book, so it's not super old, but it's pretty old. I mean, I've never seen this in a dollar bin. So, if there's people out there that think that they can buy this book in a dollar bin, good luck to you. I think the effort of looking for it is not worth the advantage of just spending $25 on eBay. you know, to me, it would take, how many hours it would take to try to find this book out in different comic book shops, and most likely not finding it. So that's the beauty of eBay, right? It's easy to pick up older books that are probably not easy to find. And, you know, this is a book that I think until that series came out was really on no one's radar. And maybe still isn't. I don't know. I mean, $25 seems pretty cheap for a first appearance of a major villain. But, you know, Darkseid's first appearance in Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, that was a book that was really cheap for a long time. So, you know, maybe something similar here. We'll see. But that's one I picked up, and glad I got that. Another one I picked up was the new series Sentry. This is the variant. I think it's Pungnung Lee is the name of the artist, and I think I got that name wrong, mispronounced wrong. But yeah, you can look it up. It's the variant cover. I think it's a 1 for 25 variant. I got this pretty cheap. I got it with shipping, I think $20. So the Sentry series, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but 4 and 5, there's some developments with the Void. Maybe the Void has a tie-in to Null. You know, there could be some things there that come out. So this could be a hot series. I think there's only going to be 8 issues in this series, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 8. I don't think it's not an ongoing. Obviously, it's a mini series, but you know, a really cool cover. I love the artwork on this, so it's one of the reasons I picked it up. I think there was also another 1 for 25 on this. I just didn't like it as much, so that's the reason I picked that up. So that was it, guys. I just wanted to kind of go over a couple of those books I got in the mail that I'm proud to show off. And, of course, again, my Silver Surfer #4. Very, very happy to have that in my collection. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If that's one of your favorite covers, I'd love to get some comments on what you think of that book. What do you think of the condition I got it in, the price I paid? You know, I'd love to get opinions on that. I think I got a great deal. I mean, my opinion, but you know, everybody has a different opinion about books that have been slightly restored or restored. This one was only slightly restored, so and there's some pen markings on the front cover. Other than that, you know, there's really not much wrong with the book. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications, and please leave a comment if you can too. I'd love to hear your comments and see what you guys think. All right, everybody, if I don't shoot a video this weekend, oh, by the way, I will be shooting a video jointly with BMA Comics. He's got a channel on YouTube. I think he's got way more followers than I do, so I think he's maybe trying to help me out to get more followers. I'm up to about 180, close to 180 followers, so it wasn't just, 2 weeks ago, I think I hit 100 subscribers. I just said followers, subscribers. I just hit 100 subscribers like 2 weeks ago, and I'm almost at 200 already. So, you know, I'm really good friends also with Jim's Comics. I'd like to shoot maybe a video with him, a joint video with him someday, just talking comics and, you know, just kind of talking about stuff that's going on in the industry. I think that would be fun. But he's kind of an inspiration to me as well, Jim's Comics. He's like me. He started out, you know, not that long ago, and it took a while for his channel to take off. And, you know, now he's got, I think he's almost at 5,000 subscribers or over 5,000 subscribers now. So his channel is absolutely huge, and I would love to get anywhere near that, halfway of that size. That'd be awesome. So I appreciate you guys supporting my channel, and please leave comments if you can, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, thanks. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, tomorrow I'm doing a video with BMA Comics. I did mention that, but I just wanted to highlight it again. So it'll be in the afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. So I don't think we're shooting it live. I think we're going to shoot it on Skype and then and record it and then post it on YouTube. So you'll see it on my posting and also on BMA Comics. He's got a great channel as well. So we're going to be talking specifically about variants and what's going on in the industry today about variants. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.